And for my next trick, I will make a portion of my fan base disappear. Or at least mildly pissed off. And what? Oh, come on, you guys. Epic's not that bad. So with the new patch, Gearbox managed to destroy some old world records, but I feel the need to memorialize them in some way, shape, or form. At first, I wanted to do like a whole history of the placings for raid boss kills and other stuff like that. But as you can tell from my Crawmerax video, that would take an obscene amount of time, and I don't have the energy to go that in depth. So instead, I'll go over the final standings of time trials, and I'll quickly include speed run placings, even though they can still be improved despite the patch. To do time trials, I'm going to go down the list of top 5 placings for each raid, each character, each leveling, and so on and so forth. For this video, I'm going to start off with everyone's favorite character, Maya. So first, I would like to take a moment and point out Fistmaster 5000. So this dude got all the way to OP8 and completed the story missions for the main story, Captain Scarlet's, Hammerlock's, and all the Headhunter DLCs without dying, which to my recollection is the best of anyone ever. Give this man a hand, he's an absolute unit. Now I'm going to read off these speedruns here first before the speedrun community smites me into oblivion. Even though they can technically be beaten, and I intend to go further in depth in the history of these in another video, which will take me forever to make. So if any of you pros want to help out with that, that'd be pretty awesome, to be honest. Anyways, our top 5 for an any percent Maya run through normal Vault Hunter mode. At 5 is Professor Broman, who completed normal mode in 3 hours, 20 minutes, and 17 seconds. And 4th is the legendary Pentalix, who completed normal in 2 hours, 45 minutes, and 30 seconds. And 3rd is Vinyl. Vinyl barely beat out Pentalix with a time of 2 hours, 45 minutes, and 18 seconds. And 2nd is the Fun Cannon, who actually held the record for a very long time, almost 4 years. He completed normal in 2 hours, 37 minutes, and 58 seconds. Finally, our top man is currently Dark Smoke 11, who recently took the record. He completed the run in 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 17 seconds. Like I said, I'm not going to go through each speed run because I plan to do that in another video, and it would take forever if I did it in this one. Now we're on to the UVHM speedruns for Maya. Now for the top 5 for this and 5th, we have Chobo Micro. Chobo completed this run in 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 50 seconds. And 4th is Vinyl. Vinyl completed his UVHM run in 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 8 seconds. Taking home bronze is Sean PR in a time of 2 hours and 29 seconds. Fun Cannon once again had this record forever, but is now in 2nd with a time of 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 32 seconds. Finally, our recent first place man is Dark Smoke 11, who achieved a time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 19 seconds. Finally, we're on to time trial raids. So for this, we have every raid boss pre-patch, as well as 2 levels, as I will not be including ultimate raids. OP0, which is level 72 characters with no overpowered gear, the exclusion of that being relics and comms, which can be overpowered, against level 75 raid bosses. For this section, the B and the Norfleet were banned, so yeah. Next we have OP8, which is exactly what it sounds like, and nothing is banned for Maya. Our first raid here is Terramorphous. Starting off with OP0 level 72, coming in 5th place is Forge 109. Forge took down Terra in 15 seconds. For this kill, Forge used bouncing bodies to slag Terra, downed himself, used immolation and a fire conference call to take him down in those 15 seconds. Next in 4th place is Boreshot, who originally held the record for a long time. Boreshot took Terra down in 14 seconds. He used basically the same exact strategy as Forge. Taking the bronze was Flu. Flu used the same exact strategy as the previous 2, but managed to kill Terra a split second faster, killing him in 13 seconds. Taking our silver is Waty. He completed this kill in 11.21 seconds. He also used the same strategy, but also added in an orc swap. The orc, for those who don't know, has an ability similar to grog swapping that can increase your fire rate for a short time. So that's why Waty was able to speed the time up. Lastly, our well-earned gold is Abrupt Dust, who absolutely destroyed Terra. Dusty used a grog swap with a Hive rocket launcher, then downed himself, and used Immolation to kill Terra super fast in 5.83 seconds. He tops off our OP0 Maya leaderboard. Now we move on to OP8. So all of these have the same exact strategy, of which is an Immolate mixed with a Bee, Sandhawk, Lady Fist swap achieved by downing yourself after getting Sandhawk shots off. So yeah, that's kind of complicated, I know, but just watch the video. So 5th place for this is Lex Anarchy. Lex killed Terra in 12 seconds. And 4th place is Flu with a time of 8.23 seconds. Taking the bronze is Demonite, who took down Terra in 7.96 seconds. Just a side note, Demonite is the one who originally came up with this strategy. Taking silver is Waty, who killed Terra in 6.98 seconds. And finally, our top spot belongs to Brantron, who took down Terra in 6.29 seconds. Most of these kills had little to no variation, but Brantron bested everyone by just a bit. Now we're on to the raid boss that everyone likes to abuse, basically, Hyperius. Hyperius also has a bit more variation than Terramorphous in terms of the kills. OP0 comes first once again, and 5th place is HaleyR. So HaleyR technically did a Bandit Allegiant raid and managed to get 5th place nonetheless. Haley killed Hyperius in 14 seconds using an Immolate Maya with a Bada Boom, while throwing bandit slag grenades into the air. In 4th place is Forge109. Forge took down Hyperius in 11.2 seconds using Immolate with an interfacer before Hyperius' shield comes up, and a Bada Boom afterwards. Boreshot comes in 3rd, and he basically does the same exact thing, just gets much better damage with his interfacer through slag RNG. He kills Hyperius in 9.2 seconds. Taking silver is David123456666. David uses the same strategy, but adds in fire gunnerang chucks before going down to speed the time up quite a bit. He takes down Hyperius in 7.14 seconds. In 1st place, with an awesome kill, is Light Chaosman. Light uses the Grog nozzle to get a drunk effect on the PBFG, and uses Immolate and a slag transfusion to kill Hyperius in an insane 0.06 seconds. You barely see his health bar appear at all. Next we're on to OP8. In our 5th place is Joltzdude 139. This kill is essentially the same strategy as the Terra kill. He uses a Beehawk Lady swap and downs himself with a Midnight Star to get Immolate boost as well. Joltz takes him down in 5 seconds. In 4th place is Khimera Killer, or Logan Holder. So Logan uses a bunch of grog stacks along with the Norfleet to kill Hyperius very fast. He downs himself with the Norfleet and gets Immolate boosts from a large amount of the orbs that were shot. He killed Hyperius in 2 seconds. In 3rd place is Light Chaosman. Light does almost an exact match of Joltz's strategy, but this time it is actually exactly like the Terramorphous kill, even down to the grenade he uses to down himself. Light finishes with a time of 1.5 seconds. Next up is where stuff gets interesting. And 2nd is Dinafay with a kill of 0.28 seconds. So Dinafay uses something very strange, and you will see this later on as well. Dinafay kills an enemy to proc Kinetic Reflection. Once that is done, he switched to an antagonist shield with a Bone Shredder for the fast fire rate and the 3x bullets. With that, he shoots a minion with a shield up and kills one Hyperius, and in a split second, kills a second Hyperius. Now, there's a glitch that goes along with this to make sure that Hyperius spawns twice, and I think that's how Dinafay basically pulled this kill off. Ask Dinafay if you want a more in-depth explanation. I'm sure he'd be happy to give it to you. Finally, in 1st place is Brantron. So Brantron does the exact same thing as Dinafay, but instead uses Hyperius' shield and the Hydra shotgun along with the antagonist. Brantron was able to kill Hyperius in 0.19 seconds. Next up is everyone's favorite raid boss, Master Gee, and before you ask, no, gate smashing is not allowed. Now, starting off with OP0, there are only 4 placings. And 4th is Demonite. Demonite basically just uses a Sandhawk to kill the worms, and then makes Gee pick up the acid damage from those sandworm deaths. He kills Gee in 9 minutes and 55 seconds. In 3rd place was me. I did literally the same exact thing, but I also tried to speed the kill up a bit using a Lady Fist to add a bit more damage to Gee. The kill was completed in 9 minutes. In 2nd place was Nat06. So Nat uses a strategy that Bu created of using the Flame of the Firehawk with a grog nozzle and basically just lets the whole arena flood with acid until Gee dies. Nat was able to kill Gee in 8 minutes and 4 seconds. Our 1st place, like I said, is Bu. Bu created that cool strategy and took out Gee with it in 8 minutes and 2 seconds. Now we're going to move on to OP8 Master Gee. This one has 4 placings as well, and in 4th is Boreshot. Boreshot kills Gee in 9 minutes and 54 seconds, doing exactly what Demonite did on OP0, but with a B-Hawk this time. In 3rd place is me. I once again did the same exact thing as I did in OP0, but this time with a B. My time was 8 minutes and 10 seconds. And in 2nd, and a big leap ahead, is Juzhang. Juzhang was able to take down Gee in 6 minutes and 41 seconds. He used the same strategy, but was able to put out far more damage to Gee's crits with the Lady Fist. In 1st place is Waty. Waty managed to take down Gee in 6 minutes and 33 seconds. He uses, once again, the same exact strategy. But what is a split second against Hyperius is 8 against Gee. On to our boy OP0 Pete. First with OP0, we have only 3 placings. And 3rd is Forge 109. Forge just uses a Trespasser to take Pete's shield off and strictly an Interfacer to take him down, killing him in 3 minutes and 13 seconds. In our 2nd place is Boreshot. Boreshot once again uses only the Interfacer, just using it a little bit more efficiently than Forge. He killed Pete in 2 minutes and 48 seconds. 1st place was Flu. Flu changes things up a bit by using a Sandhawk and Catcom for the majority of Pete's health, and then switching to an Interfacer with a Siren Comm to finish him off. Doing this, he was able to shorten the time down to 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Now let's move on to OP8. In 5th place was Robello 2 with a time of 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Robello simply uses B-Hawking to take Pete down as well as good timing. And 4th is Joltz. Joltz did the same exact thing as Robello, but instead uses the Trespasser at the beginning of the run to gain more crits throughout the run. Joltz cuts the time down to 1 minute and 42 seconds. In comes Heroes V2 with the bronze. Heroes does the same strategy as Joltz, but takes Pete's shield down with a Lady Fist instead of a Sandhawk. Heroes was able to take down Pete in 1 minute and 37 seconds. Now for the top 2, which was perhaps the most back and forth record I've ever seen. Not quite sure how many times these two flip-flopped, but it must have been at least 10 times. With the silver is Nia, in a much faster time of 1 minute and 10 seconds. These two both use the Lady Fist in combination with the Sandhawk, dropping the Sandhawk in the menu to gain extra crit damage on a bunch of headshots. Nia eventually fell to our 1st place, Juzhang. Juzhang somehow managed to cut this time down to 1 minute and 5 seconds. He managed the menus slightly faster than Nia and was able to put out a bit more damage. Next up is everyone's favorite raid, Vorac. Now, for some reason, literally no one wanted to try this raid on OP0. Probably because you couldn't use a B and you couldn't use a Norfleet, so didn't really seem all that much fun, I'm assuming. There's literally one placing, and it's Fishing Runner 361 using a Bada Boom and Immolate to kill Vorac in 27 seconds. Congrats, Fishing Runner. You're in a league of your own, I suppose. Now on to OP8. For this, there is basically only one fast way to kill Vorac, and that is B-hawking with a Catcom. We may not like it, but that's the way it is. In 5th is Nat06. Nat took down Vorac in 5 minutes and 35 seconds. In our 4th place was Boreshot. Boreshot just was a bit faster with a time of 5 minutes and 12 seconds. With the bronze was Himawari. Hema was able to trim that time down to 4 minutes and 46 seconds. In 2nd was Flu. Flu finished with a time of 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Finally, we have the great Juzhang once again, dropping the time down to 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Juzhang had near perfect RNG along with Slag and keeping his B up. On the next episode of Weisenheimer Conspiracies. You know, at this point, it's pretty clear to me that Murder 7 and Dark Bad conspired to make the Weisenheimer more rare than it actually is. And I think this goes all the way to the top.
You mean the Jews?
No, Jesus Christ, no, not the Jews. Randy Pitchford, you idiot.
Be sure to catch the next episode, where we find all the answers you've been looking for.
Now, let's move on to the Bosch you see most often fought, Deciduous. Now, OP0 had a bunch of competition, and by that I mean it had absolutely no competition. So I came in and dicked around with a Rough Rider and a Lady Fist and killed Dexi in 10 minutes and 38 seconds. That is somehow second place. I don't know how, but it is, because no one wants to kill Dexi, let's be honest. In first place is the man who worships Dexi, Abrupt Dust. So Dusty got a kill in 5 minutes and 34 seconds, doing his weird glitch that makes Dexi spawn with a bunch more crits than usual, and just using a Lady Fist and popping all the crits. Now on to OP8, of which there are still only 4, but that's way more than I thought there would have been. In 4th place is me. I basically just used a Sheriff's Badge and a B-Fist, which is really the only thing any character does against Dexi. I killed him in 7 minutes and 42 seconds. In 3rd place is Demonite. Demonite did the same exact strategy, but he's just better than me, so he killed Dexi in 7 minutes and 8 seconds. Next, the man himself, Dusty. Yes, tragically, Dusty does not have all of the Dexi records, and this is the one that he doesn't have. Dusty kills Dexi in 3 minutes and 56 seconds using the crit spawn glitch that he found and takes second. And the buzzkill of a raid sweep is Fedot. Fedot uses the same glitch and takes down Dexi in 3 minutes and 27 seconds, taking the gold. Next, on to the Ancient Trolley Dragons. For OP0, we start off with Fishing Runner 361 in 5th place. So Fishing Runner is quite a bit below everyone else, but we still love him. He basically just trucks his way to victory using an interfacer and killing the dragons in 6 minutes and 13 seconds. Next up is Boreshot in 4th. Bor does something similar but pretty cool. He uses the fire interfacer combined with Immolate on each dragon except Incinerator. So basically what that means is he lets the dragons down him so that he gets the Immolate bonus while the dragons are slagged, and he's able to take them down much faster. He takes down the dragons in 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Next up is Nat06, who takes Boreshot's kill and combines it with an incredibly annoying to try kill of Kinetic Reflection. So basically to do this, you gotta go through the annoying step of getting Brood down, making him spawn small dragons, then get Incinerator down, kill a small dragon to proc kill skills, one of which is Kinetic Reflection, and then use an antagonist along with a conference call or fibber to absolutely wreck the dragons. This takes forever to do, and is not fun if you're looking to kill all of the dragons on this alone. Luckily for Nat, he decided to only partially do it. This move allowed him to kill all of the dragons except Helianth, of which he then kills with Immolate. He finishes off the dragons in 1 minute and 43 seconds. Taking home silver is Striker. Striker uses this mirror death strategy and is able to do exactly what was mentioned before, but kill all of the dragons at once. He finishes with a time of 1 minute and 10 seconds. And first place is Waty. Waty does an interesting strategy for this. He starts off by killing all dragons except Incinerator with Immolate, but then uses Mirror Death to wreck Incinerator alone. He completed this raid in 1 minute and 4 seconds. Next up, which is in my opinion the hardest raid for Maya, is OP8 Dragons. This one we have 5 placings. In 5th is Nemo. Nemo uses the classic B-Hawk with a swap to Lady Fist for increased crits. He also uses Thought Lock on a Brood minion for a boost to wreck. He is able to take down the dragons in 5 minutes and 32 seconds. In 4th place is Juzhang. Juzhang is able to take down the dragons in an incredibly fast 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Juzhang was able to one-up Nemo by killing Incinerator in one swoop as opposed to letting him fly away. In 3rd place is the man who created the mirror death strategy of using kinetic reflection to wreck the dragons, Dinafay. Dinafay originally used a fibber to do this kill as opposed to the conference call like everyone else, but he managed to take down the dragons in 59 seconds, taking 3rd place. Taking home the silver is Waty. Waty uses quite literally the same strategy, but instead uses a conference call and takes down the dragons in 49 seconds. And finally, taking first is Light Chaosman. So Light added a cool extra twist to this kill. So Light aggravates a Mimic and keeps him alive until he gets Incinerator on the ground. Instead of using Brood's minions to proc his kill skill, he uses the Mimic. After that, he uses the same moves, but is able to cut that time all the way down to 23 seconds. Absolute beast. Now we're on to my favorite raid, Crawmerax. For OP0, we got a solid 4 placings, so the strategy for Craw really doesn't change at all. If you've killed Craw as many times as me, you'll know that Craw is basically all RNG, so a perfectly executed time of one run can be 8 or so seconds shorter than a perfectly executed other one, thanks to Craw's movesets and slag. So the way to do this Craw fight for OP0 is to use a legendary Siren Comm and a conference call. Lazy manages to place 4th with a time of 2 minutes and 57 seconds. And 3rd place is Nat06. Nat does just about perfect on every phase besides maybe the first, and finishes with a time of 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Taking home the silver is Boreshot. Bor does everything just perfect, but initiated the cutscene, which slowed him out at first. He kills Craw in 2 minutes and 26 seconds. In 1st place is me. I did nothing really better than Bor except not having the cutscene. The RNG gods just smiled upon me that day. I finished with a time of 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Now on to OP8. OP8 has more strategies than one, thank God. And in 5th is Nat06. Nat basically did the same thing as OP0. I know I said that there's different types of kills, and there are, I swear, but this is the best way to do it. Nat uses just a conference call and a B, which is probably the easiest way to kill Craw consistently. He finishes off Craw in 3 minutes and 4 seconds. And 4th is Fedot. Fedot quite literally does the same thing and is able to take down Craw in 2 minutes and 56 seconds. So the next strategy brought up is Super RNG. You're supposed to use a Crossfire to slag Craw, and then use Thought Lock on a giant crab, and use Wreck and a B-Hawk to take him down. So in 3rd place is me with a time of 2 minutes and 33 seconds using that strategy. Taking home the silver is Demonite. Demonite did the same thing, but literally did this kill to show that the Saw bar is actually good, and somehow beat the B-Hawk with that. In the first stage, he also adds a Lady Fist swap on Craw's crits to speed up this kill. He kills Craw in 2 minutes and 31 seconds. In first place is the great Juzhang, who basically created this strategy. He uses a B-Hawk as well as using Demonite's first phase strat of using a Lady Fist swap. Being the god he is able to bring this time down to 2 minutes and 29 seconds to take first. That concludes our raid bosses, but we also have to go over all of the arenas. Yes, there's even more records, people. So before I get into arenas, I would like to thank God, as there are no placings for OP0 arenas, so this video might be under an hour, let's hope. We still have 9 arenas to go over, although all of them are OP8. So the use of launchers in arenas is strange, as you can't spam them like crazy, and the B is banned on all arenas except for Appetite for Destruction, the Peak, and Magic Slaughter. So starting off with the Friendship Gulag, and for this one, it's basically just kill all of the enemies that spawn in the arena. This is one of the few that's not on an actual arena, as in it doesn't have a mission, you just go in and start killing things. In 5th place is Bu. So Bu is a super chill run using a Bullet Witchcom with mainly just a Grog and a Fastball, while occasionally using a Hornet and Interfacer for surveyors and difficult enemies. He finishes in 6 minutes and 25 seconds. And 4th is Fedot. Fedot uses a Legendary Binder coupled with a Pimpernel and a Fastball. He gets a time of 5 minutes and 34 seconds. Taking home our bronze is Veneria 32 or Eugene Tan. Veneria is basically doing the same thing as Fedot, but he throws in some Interfacer killing as well. He finishes in 5 minutes and 20 seconds. In 2nd place is Juzhang. Juzhang uses a Legendary Cat on this as well as a Sandhawk with the occasional Interfacer kills thrown in when needed, as well as some fastballs. His time was 4 minutes and 8 seconds. And first is HaleyR. Haley beats Juzhang by just 1 second with a time of 4 minutes and 7 seconds. He basically uses the same strategy, but does it just ever so slightly better. Now we're on to the absolute toughest arena. 12 o'clock high noon, tier 3. Yes, picking up Flyboy's bling is on here. And 3rd is the Guy Vatsion. I probably screwed that name up, I'm sorry, man. Guy uses a Corrosive Conference Call, which is what everyone uses on this arena. Guy got a time of 1 minute and 22 seconds. In 2nd is Heroes V2. Heroes got a time of 1 minute and 18 seconds. And in 1st is LazyData with a time of 1 minute and 5 seconds. So the next arena is Appetite for Destruction tier 3. So I'm not going to go super in depth in this one because it's literally just everyone using a Fire B-Hawk, and everyone uses a variety of comms, whether it be Blurred Trickster, CAD, or Siren, or whatever. And 4th is LazyData with a time of 2 minutes and 51 seconds. And 3rd is Demonite with a time of 2 minutes and 43 seconds. In 2nd is HaleyR in a time of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And in 1st is Boreshot with a time of 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Now we're on to Pyro Pete's Bar. So for this arena, you don't actually do the tier 3 round of Pyro Pete's Bar. You just enter the bar and kill everyone that spawns, as more spawn in this as opposed to tier 3. In 4th is Boreshot. So Boreshot did this super early in the time trials and basically just screwed around with a fire interfacer, having himself a good time. He got a time of 8 minutes and 25 seconds. Now comes in the cool runs, but also a seizure warning probably. So Bu came up with a strat to use the Flame of the Firehawk coupled with the slow hand shotgun. He basically just runs around using that gun for splash damage and using magic missiles for slag, and chaos ensues. He finishes with a time of 5 minutes and 26 seconds, good enough for 3rd. In 2nd place is HaleyR. Haley uses the same strategy, but uses a crossfire grenade and a legendary siren comm instead, and completes the run in 5 minutes and 4 seconds. In 1st is Sleazy DM. Sleazy uses just about the same strat as Haley, but he uses a Hellbinder comm instead. His time was 4 minutes and 58 seconds. Our next arena is the Hyperion Slaughter round 5. In our 5th place is Bu. Bu uses a legendary cat along with a sandhawk and an interfacer, as well as a slow hand coupled with a fastball. He also uses the occasional Norfleet, mainly to kill turrets and surveyors. He finishes in 10 minutes and 6 seconds. In 4th place is Nia. Nia uses pretty much the same strategy, but instead uses the grog when using the fastball. He gets trolled by badass surveyors getting stuck up at the top, but still gets the time down to 9 minutes and 27 seconds. And 3rd is Striker. Striker uses basically the same strategy. Didn't use the Norfleet on the end train though. He got a time of 8 minutes and 52 seconds. And 2nd is Juzhang. Juzhang did the same thing, but I swear had auto aim for some of those fastballs. He completed the run in 8 minutes and 45 seconds. So the man that beat Juzhang is HaleyR. So Haley probably did a line before this and beat Juzhang at his own strategy. He finishes with a time of 8 minutes and 25 seconds. Now we're on to Bandit Slaughter round 5. In 5th is Nia. Nia uses a legendary cat with a sandhawk and interfacer, and then Babymaker chucks on bigger enemies, as well as fastballs. He finishes with a time of 8 minutes and 29 seconds. In 4th is Striker, using an interfacer build created by Enderborn. Striker completed the run in 8 minutes and 26 seconds. And 3rd is HaleyR. So Haley basically uses the same strat, using a catcom with a sandhawk and some fastballs. He got a time of 8 minutes and 6 seconds. With the silver is Juzhang. Juzhang, being the god of Maya with a sandhawk, completed this run in 7 minutes and 59 seconds. And 1st is Enderborn with his interfacer strat. He got a crazy fast time of 7 minutes and 56 seconds. Next up is the Creature Slaughter round 5. In 5th place is Boreshot. Bor uses a cat coupled with a fire sandhawk and interfacer, and then a herald against fire enemies. His time was 5 minutes and 10 seconds. And 4th is Bu. Bu uses an interesting strat with the twister coupled with fastballs. Bu gets a time of 4 minutes and 48 seconds. And 3rd is Veneria. So Veneria uses a Flame of the Firehawk in this one with a legendary siren and interfacers and slow hand, as well as pandemic grenades. His time was 3 minutes and 55 seconds. Taking silver is Nia. Nia pretty much uses the Flame of the Firehawk strat, but with more fire interfacer and Norfleet. He gets a time of 3 minutes and 27 seconds. And 1st is Sleazy DM. Sleazy uses a similar strategy with the Flame of the Firehawk, but uses the Sliga a bunch with interfacers. He gets a time of 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Next is probably the most intense arena, Magic Slaughter Badass Round. And 5th and 4th is Bu and NTUR 7, both with a time of 14 minutes and 40 seconds. For the most part, these runs are pretty much the same, both using legendary siren comms, and Bu uses a fire sandhawk, and UTR uses a corrosive one, both with a B. Bu also uses a fastball a decent amount as well, but both of their times end up at 14 minutes and 40 seconds. In 3rd is Maxdoll. Max uses a corrosive sandhawk for the first 3 waves, and then a fire sandhawk afterwards. He dropped the time down to 13 minutes and 46 seconds. In 2nd is KBK 16008. KBK still uses B-hawking, but switches it up a little bit by using Thought Lock. He gets a final time of 13 minutes and 7 seconds. Finally, 1st place is Juzhang. Once again, Juzhang is the best at using Sandhawk with a catcom with Maya. Don't at me. He gets the super fast time of 12 minutes and 29 seconds. Now we're finally on to the last arena, OP8 Digistruct Peak. So once again, the best way to complete this fast is with B-hawking, just an FYI. And 5th is Boreshot. So for the most part, Bor uses a corrosive sandhawk with a siren comm and a cat comm when facing big enemies like Saturn. Bor got a time of 12 minutes and 50 seconds. And 4th is Maxdoll. Maxdoll didn't really have any crazy discernible differences to Bor's run, but he managed to cut the time down to 12 minutes and 46 seconds. In 3rd is Nia. Nia once again did the same strategy, but killed Dakino's mom a bit faster. Nia finished in a time of 12 minutes and 42 seconds. And second is Steelball. Steelball did this run like right before Commander Lilith's DLC came out, so maybe we could have seen him do better, but obviously we can't anymore. Steelball uses a Lady Fist to kill Dakino's mom, and pretty much keeps the same exact strategy. He gets a time of 12 minutes and 6 seconds. And in first place, and absolutely destroying the other times, is Juzhang. Juzhang was able to get a time of 10 minutes and 42 seconds. Juzhang uses a Lady Fist Sandhawk swap to insta-kill Dakino's mom, and does a crazy Saturn strat using a second wind damage boost and multiple Fight for Your Lives to kill both Saturns with the Norfleet super fast. So that finishes up the arenas. I could go into the headhunters, but I really don't want to because they aren't full of placings, and this video will be super long, even though it already is super long. So let me just say, Veneria dominated them all, and won all except Sir Tender Snowflake, of which Phaley won. Go team, we're done with the arenas, we're done with the raids, we're done with the headhunters. So that finishes off the arenas, but we have a couple more world records completed with Maya. Most time played as Maya, probably this guy. He played for 40,000 hours. And he looks like a Maya main to me, so I'm making assumptions here, people. Congratulations to ye Game Op. You have a serious addiction problem, and we're all happy you haven't stumbled into heroin yet. Most top 10s made about Maya goes to Vinylic Puma. Congrats, Puma. Congrats. And finally, the most informational videos about Maya that are actually helpful to watch goes to Dirch. Alright, that wraps up this video. Finally, it was a very long one. Remember to dislike, unsub, and comment, but you forgot about so-and-so. And I won't see you in the next one. Goodbye.